Okay, so let's go. We finished the credit challenge. Let me check my outfits really quick. Okay, we'll stick with wait. We'll go with this one. So this is the setup we were given. I'm gonna put his username in the comment section because I don't know if I'm allowed to say his full username on video. YouTube can be very picky at times, but this is the setup. It's honestly been a while since I wait. Let me see. Okay, we actually are recording. Sick. It's been a while since I used this weapon, to be honest with you. Aside from like my last randomized setup video, it's really the only times I've ever used this thing. Oh, the riot shield saved him there, actually. So initial thoughts of this thing, like, it looks really weird, honestly. Like, this grip actually looks pretty cool. Or underbarrel, actually. He said grip as well. It is the candid grip. But the candid grip is actually an underbarrel, not a grip. So it's kind of strange. Initially, I looked at the grip category, and I was like, oh yeah. But, looks kind of cool, honestly. I got the Damascus Jade and stuff on there. But, like, you can never really go wrong with the M4. Pretty much, like, that's, I mean, if you can aim in this game, really any weapon at all in general, doesn't matter what you throw on there. The M4 is just one that's more versatile, if you will. But as always, if you have a weapon and or setup to use, dump it in the comment section. Man, I looked away from my screen. And of course, eventually, I'll most likely get to it. I'm going to do both of them back to back here. So I didn't even look at the other setup yet. I know I mean I did, but I don't even remember what weapon it is or anything like that. I made a community post for my channel about random or viewer setups again, so you can always also just post it there. But yeah, honestly, this is Lavender Quartz as well, by the way, that's on this thing. I'm going to throw on full Damascus Jade on this, because then I can make a little YouTube short of that, I guess. So we'll just push out the content again while I'm still here, I guess, and have this thing out. But so far, this build seems pretty solid. I mean, you can never, like I said, the M4, you can never really go that wrong with it. I hate the riot shield so much, like, actually. I've always wondered if I should put it on as well, but because it's really rare that I, like with the M4 and stuff, it's really rare that I ever actually use the secondary weapon. You know what I mean? If I'm using something weaker though, like, or like an SMG, you know, then I might have to be like, okay, well, something like this, you don't really have that problem. But let me go ahead and put on, we'll just go full Damascus Jade. Don't even care. Ew. Why is that like that? Alright, I don't care enough right now to figure that out, but I don't like that stock. Why is it doing that? Is it supposed to be like that? I guess so. So we'll take a look at full Damascus Jade here with the M4. We'll go up here in the light. Okay, that's number one. That's fine. We already knew that would happen. Perfect spot right here. Actually looks pretty clean, not gonna lie. Damascus Jade is really the only Damascus camo I personally like in the game. The rest don't really appeal to me that much. Like, I'm not a fan of Damascus Gold or anything. And I'm not even a fan of green. I say this every time. But that green on the Damascus, man, that looks sick. Not sure what it is so much about the Jade that I like and not the others, but... The number one thing that I would say that I used before when I used this is that the 30 isn't really enough on this, which is just... You know, the 30 here with this, it's just like default. Because it's not going to be enough to get like quad feeds and stuff. That was my number one thing before when I made videos on the M4 and all that. Like, see that was half right there. You know what I mean? I would always go with like the 50, I think, or something more. Because you can't get quad feeds with 30. You just can't. I mean, you can, obviously, but you have to have like sleight of hand or something with it. And you have to kind of have some good RNG and hope that they're not going to hit you. So that was the biggest issue with the M4 back in the day that I had. So I'd always try and balance like the extra. I think, I'm telling you, it's like 50, I think. I think there's also like a 60 if I'm not mistaken. But, you know, if you put the 60, which is like, quote, the heaviest as the devs call it, you know, you lose a lot more mobility and stuff over the 50. And the 50 itself takes away a good bit. And then, you know, you need sleight of hand for the 50 or more because it'll just really ramp up that time as well. So little things to consider, but yeah, if you want quad feeds or multis, you need like at least 50. The default just isn't enough. It's not. But if you don't care about that, or you're not like me and don't get quad feeds that often or care about that kind of stuff, you know, then just do whatever. But that's really like my only thing I can say or critique about this. My teammate was blocking me so bad there I actually couldn't see him. I feel like so far, I guarantee you we're over at 2 KD for sure right now. I don't want to look because I don't want to ever spoil it, but I also really do like the canned grips. I like how your character holds the weapon. I used to use the canned grips as well. I forget offhand though, let me check just before I say something. Canted. Yeah, so the canted decreases your ADS time, which honestly that right there isn't terrible. But the M4 does have a slower ADS time than most weapons in the game by default. So I'm not sure if you'd want to continue to lower that anymore, but I mean, it's still fine with this setup. It's not bad at all. Oh, let's go. We hit a quad feed with the 30. Okay. That was a bit RNG there, but you saw you can't do it in one little thing like that. You have to do that. You have to, that's where sleight of hand would come in handy. Stuff like that, but we hit a quad feed with your setup. It's really nice that we got that on vid again. I used to, if you've seen my videos back in the day, I used to get one quad feed every video or like every few videos. And then that kind of slowed down. Then I went like a few, like 7 to 15 videos or something without getting a quad feed. I'd really like to continue that streak of getting one every video for obvious reasons. Mostly because if you upload a short video or shorts, it's guaranteed way more views. But the thing about shorts is like you don't get subscribers with shorts because there's no content there. It's just like, okay, this is a little clip. There's nothing really when it comes to gaming that you can really do out of just being a shorts channel. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the big short people, or shorts videos if you will, sorry, like they'll do like car reviews. I've gotten a lot of recommended car reviews, stuff like that, or like information videos or just unique stuff like that. But when it comes to like gaming, shorts aren't gonna like boost subscribers or anything like that. They really do nothing aside from the fact of raise your view count for that specific video, but other than that, they don't like do anything for your channel. Like, I'm just keeping it real with you, you know? Everybody always asks me why I don't jump around. Like, why do you guys care so much? That's like my number one thing I get asked anymore. Like, where's the movement? You don't jump around like a tryhard. You need to start jumping around. It's like, who cares, man? Like, I don't like to try hard. I say that all the time. I'm not a try hard. I'm not a sweat. I just play for fun, you know? It's just that my aiming ability and skill level is above the average player. that I still can hit quad feeds fairly often and all that good stuff without actually trying hard at all. I play very casually when I play. It's very rare that you'll ever see me try hard, and yet I still get quad feeds. The only game that I really care about movement in is Apex Legends. I'll wall bounce, I'll freaking bunny hop around the map. For this game, I don't care to mash spacebar every single time I'm in a fight. I don't care to super jump. It rarely helps me if I super jump. You know what I mean? Like when I super jump, it doesn't help me that much anyway. I'm just like, okay. Like, yes, super jumping. See, we got a 3.3 KD, no jumping, no super jump. That's pretty darn good, man. The average player, like, I couldn't see the scoreboard, but that's pretty solid. Anyways, that's the M4 setup. We got a quad feed as well, so that's pretty sick. If this game actually had, quote, good movement, like Apex Legends, I would be all for it, but I just can't be, I don't care enough to just sit there and mash the space bar. I do super jump every now and then, and it does help me out, but super jumping isn't it. So like a lot of people super jump against me, and I still get the elimination because I just can aim better than they can. So it's like, I just find movement in this game just isn't really necessary. That's my opinion, you know? If I was a tryhard, or if I really cared, I would jump, I guess, a lot, but I just don't find that fun to mash the heck out of my spacebar all the time. You know what I mean? So anyways, we're not going to do it with this one because it's a free-for-all, but next video right now, back to back, we're going to go ahead and do the other setup. And as always, the people will be in the comments.